What's going on, guys? I'm Brian Ensign and I'm working on my 2001 Firebird convertible. Today I'm going to be taking the seats out, at least adjusting them and seeing what's wrong with them. The passenger side kind of squeaks catty corner. I'm not sure if there's a bolt loose, it's missing, or something's not connected correctly. And the driver's side, the power seats don't work. I'd like to convert it to manual just because that's easier and I don't really care. I move it once, nobody else drives the car but me. But we're going to get in there, take it apart, see what it looks like, clean it up. I'm sure it's dirty underneath. And just see the general state of it. Probably need to clean up the bolts. I'm gonna get some bolt penetrator and really just get the threads good. I'm sure they're ready to seize or rusty. Let's take a look. So I did put some towels down to kneel on, and I put some over the door. That way I don't bang it against anything. Kind of got a tight space in the garage. Now, there are a couple of places for the bolts. Let me see here. There's one here. This one's gonna be challenging. There's one up here, and they've got sort of this little nipple on top. There's one right here, and there's one in the back. This one in the back, let's see if I can move this forward. There we go. And, oh, I think I see the culprit right there. It does not have a bolt on it. So this could be why my seat is shaking. We're gonna get these front ones off, take this seat out, clean it up, because it looks gross down here, and see what she looks like. First thing you're going to have to do is take off these little nipples if your still has it. You can use pliers if you can't get them off by hand. I am using a 1/2 inch deep socket, and then as well as a small one for that one in the back. Now these front ones should be pretty easy to take off, but that one on the side is going to be a huge pain. So let me see if this will come off. Yep, comes off by hand. And I'm going to use this deep socket. I'm going to set the camera down because I'm not going to be able to hold it. Now these do have a tendency to get wedged in there. I'm sorry for the focus, it's sort of just jumping around. I'm gonna try to not cut my hand off here. There we go. Be careful you don't take your finger off with that one. It's probably tough to see. I'm gonna clean these off, put these in the drink holder so they don't get lost. Move on to this other one now. Now I'm moving over to the one by the center console. I've kind of backed this one out a little bit. It's doing the same thing. This is what they look like. Don't look great, but kind of rusty, kind of ugly. Now I did move the seat forward. That actually was a lot better. I can see it. It is pretty gross down here. I'm gonna end up taking the carpet out, but I'm gonna clean it here first. This one looks like it's missing, but what was interesting is I found a bolt down here. It's not the one that goes to it, but it fits on there. So I'm gonna take the seat out, check out underneath it. It seems like it's wobbling, get it all cleaned up. Now this one is probably the most challenging. It's right here. It does have that little cover over it. It's really hard to get it to focus down there, sorry. But I'm gonna reach down and try to pull that off and see if I can't get a wrench down in there. This one is covered in rust. So this car is a convertible. It did rain with the top down and it is gonna have some issues. So I knew that when I got it. You can tell by the stains in the carpet. It looked like there was water all the way up to here. I did pull up some of the carpet and check the plugs. It's discolored, but it's not eating through the body or anything. So let's get this seat out and see what it looks like. Let's put this bad boy back. Just here, pull this seat straight up. Oh, that is gross. All right, let's see what the seat looks like. Well, it looks pretty gross. I've got some rust on these bolts, some here. Looks like that bolt I was looking for is here, which is great. And looks like we've got some pesos, Mexican pesos. Interesting. This car's been to Mexico, I guess. All right, I'm gonna get all this cleaned up and we're gonna clean everything up before we put it back and check the bottom of the seat. I feel like some of the clips might be helpful later. We get the big stuff up, and then I'm gonna vacuum up all this little stuff. And since we're already here, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up everything. Put some black magic on here, Armor All, whatever you want to use. The thing about having a convertible is you can really get in here and move around. It's kind of nice. So the creaky part is coming from over here. Oh, I see it right there. It's this bolt. So this looks pretty bad. I definitely need to replace it. Way too rusted out. But this thing kind of wobbles, and that's wobbling because there's a bolt right here. See this bolt right here? It's right there. So I think if I just tighten this bolt right here, that should be fine. That's it right there. There's the culprit right here. So I'm going to get a wrench, we're going to tighten her up and see if that's good, and I'm going to spray all this off, try to get some of this rust off. Alright, if you do ever need to end up tightening these, this is a 13-inch metric. Let's see if I can do it like this. You know what's interesting is I probably could have done this with the seat installed, but I did want to see what it looked like underneath. I wanted to see what I was working with. So here's an interesting thing that I just saw when I was cleaning this seat. It looks like you can take the arm recliner off the one side and put it on the other. I'm wondering if these are omnidirectional. You can use either. And that's it for the passenger side. No more seat wobble, nice and firm, feels good. There's a little bit of play in the recliner part, but that's normal. But no more squeaking, which was super, super annoying. Every time I move this seat, it was ee, 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 ee. Let's do the driver's side. So I seem to have found out why the seat won't move. It looks like the connector relay down here is broken and corroded. Must have got wet. And there's an exposed wire down here. So this goes into here, these clip together, and this is what operates the seat. So I'm gonna clip this off. I'm gonna rewire my own. I'm gonna make my own connector. I'm gonna terminate these, make it look really nice, and then plug it in, and the seat should work fine after that. It's really hard to show you guys, I'm sorry, because of how dark and this strange angle. I can't move the seat forward anymore to get this bolt out, because the seat won't move. If I can't move the seat, I can't get to the bolt, therefore I can't take the seat out. And the seat won't move because that connector is both corroded and broken. So I'm gonna splice my own. I got my own connector set here. I'm gonna splice it with some open-ended clips and terminate it, make it look really nice, and we're gonna get this seat working. I'm hoping that it's just that connection and it's not the switch. I used a multimeter on the switch and it's fine. I checked the fuses and everything's good, so this should be fine, I'm hoping. We've got the clips together, terminated, and we're gonna hook this up together. This is gonna sit. I'm gonna leave this out just like this for a minute, just to make sure that the seat's gonna work before I tuck it up and do anything differently with it. So everything's connected and ready to go. I'm gonna replace the fuse and we're gonna try the switch. Oh my, it works. Look at that, I love it. Does it work all the way? So the question is, can I get to the bolt now if I move it up all the way? I can get to the bolt now. That is phenomenal. All right, guys, that is the wiring of the seat. The seat motor is working now. All of the selections are working. Very excited. For anybody who tells you taking the driver's side seat out is easy, it is not. You have to have the seat all the way forward, and then you got to get your socket, your 1/2 inch deep in there, and you got to move this piece of plastic. The problem is you can't take it out this way, you can't take it out that way. You got to kind of push it up and diagonally northeast and sort of hold it, and then back this one out. This is the toughest one, at least it was for me. I could barely get a wrench down in there. I had to manually do most of it. like this. Super pain in the ass, but it's out. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to check out the wiring, make sure everything's good still. It's working, but I want to make sure it's sort of tucked clean. Everything's in a good spot. Nothing's going to shift and touch, and I'm going to vacuum and clean all this up because it's really gross. Well, we have the seat out. As expected, it's really gross. I'm going to vacuum this and clean it up. It looks like the factory tape has come off a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and rewrap that, put some new tape. I'm going to make sure these are tight. Everything's stayed in together. This one didn't need to come out. This is your seatbelt warning light. Make sure that that's still connected, not damaged. It looked like mine's sort of almost getting crimped and damaged. So I'm going to try to tuck this up, probably put some tape around it. That way it doesn't keep getting hit. Clean up all these. I'm going to clean up these the threads on these posts and get this all vacuumed out and clean. This is what the seat looks like under. Looks pretty bad. So again, the story on this one, this car sat for 11 years. It's a convertible. It was leaking in the back. The owner wasn't aware. It did sort of flood the bottom of the car. It didn't flood it, but it had about 1.5 inches of water in it that sat. Pulled the drain plugs, but it's starting to rust these out here. I'm going to get these cleaned up, put it back on. They're not going to be perfect, but it's fine. The cushion and everything is still good. It kind of bred through when it got a little wet, but motors are fine. Rewired. All the wiring's good and holding clean. These custom connectors, I'm going to spin it up in a circle and just sort of clip it, and it'll be nice and ready to go. It'll work. Just in case you're wondering and you ever want to take the back seat out, there is a bolt down here on the front. That is also a 1/2 inch. It loops in just like this. Let me show you. Grab this. There's a loop on the front. This sits right here like that. And there's a bolt that goes right here in the center. That is the same size socket as it is to take the seats out. So that's it. Pull that bolt up. Mine lifts directly out. If you end up needing to rewire your seat like I did and you'd like to use something similar, I did pick this up at Advanced Auto Parts. It's a Dorman Builder Series 2-wire pigtail male and female set, and also butt connectors that were 16-14. It's a pretty tight fit, so you're going to have to twist the ends of the cables together, and it is kind of a strange angle. I don't think everybody's going to be in the unique situation that I was in, where the seat was seized in that one location, but this is a viable option that turned out really well, looks nice, and works great.